Hello everybody, this is Fuse Stopper and welcome back to more Munch's Oddysee, where last time we learned about Abe and his quest to go save his pal Munch, and we gotta head to the big well, so let's get on going.
You're spoiling my concentration. Now hold still, damn it!
Oh, I can't believe it! You're not working on our new and improved fabric softener!
You know, you really need to start thinking big.
What? That's exactly what you said about your shampoo brightener!
Now look, that one tested just fine on the puzzles.
It burned holes in our customers' heads!
No progress without risks.
Risks? Risks? That's the last damn gambit there is! Its lungs are worth a fortune, and you're sticking sonar in its head!
But do you stop to think why I'm sticking sonar in its head? Sonar? Think of all those long nights, us pulling critters out of cages.
And finding them takes ages. What's that got to do
Will
with...
you just shut up? Look, you and I spend what, 20 hours each week catching critters? That's 20 hours a week we could be researching more addictive nicotines, sweeteners, baby food additives, sedatives, laxatives. Look, we have traps everywhere, right? And when critters get snagged, the traps send out a sonar beacon, right? Then we have to drop whatever we're doing and go out, pick them up, bring them back. But now, with my sonar enhanced gambit, it finds the traps, it brings the critters to us. More critters, more research, more moolah. It's flawless.
Humphrey, I apologize. You are a genius! Oh my! I completely forgot! I left a puzzle on the burner!
That's disgusting. And they make such a mess.
Huh?
We got to get out of here. Get 'em.
And with that, we go on to fuzzle testing with all our little fuzzle friends we just made. Munch plays very differently from Abe, if you couldn't have guessed. His main gimmick is the burp. No, his main gimmick is one, he recruits fuzzles instead of Mudokons. And he has electricity on his head. I mean, okay, I kind of hyped that up a whole lot. Basically, this is Munch's main form of attack, a whole lot better than Abe's weakling slapping. However, Munch is very slow on the land compared to Abe. Well, I actually did increase the speeds in between recording because I thought the speed... Apparently, if you want to go max run speed, you have to change it in the settings, which I think is stupid. Now, the fuzzles. You generally rack up a whole lot... You rack up a whole lot more of them than you do in any of the Mudokons. They're a lot harder to hit. However, they have less health than the Mudokons. A fuzzle on its own will for sure get destroyed. So that means just don't be an idiot. Yep, that's exactly what it means. But let's forward on. Now, you see, we can't go in here because only Vikers are allowed in here, which are those weird purple guys. Those are Vikers. They are creepy. You're not going to see them for most of this game.
Munch, get out of here! Save the rest of those puzzles and find your way out of Viker's labs!
Now, as I kind of touched on in the last video, a huge gimmick for this game is the karma system and saving fuzzles, Mudokons, all the jazz. Munch has rescued fuzzles. Rescuing fuzzles gives Munch Quarma. The more fuzzles, the more Quarma. Get it? Yeah. Not too hard. You just want to have as much Quarma as possible. The only thing that sucks. One, if you found out do not rescue the fuzzles, you don't get to go through here. But two.
Hey, Munch, you get good karma for rescuing puzzles. Save as many of those little fuzzy fellas as you can. The more you leave behind, the worse your karma gets. And trust me, you don't want bad karma.
Well, as they hinted and a fuzzle ran to us. As she hinted, you don't want bad Quarma. Also, 1 second. Okay, I just adjusted the volume a bit. It's not that big a deal. But Munch, he could exclusively go to the zap vending machine, which just allows him to use a little electricity on his head to actually attack enemies. Very, very helpful. However, this can lead to a lot of repetition, and quite frankly, it does get annoying how repetitive it can get. Like that. No. Like, just, like, they could... Now, this has always been a problem with the game. It's not like this port specifically. Like, they couldn't just make it so he takes, like, 3 less hits. Like, man, you figured him out. You figured out he's weak to electricity. But why the hell do you guys up him, like, 5 times? Okay, so we should got 3 fuzzles here.
Get 'em.
Now, the one thing about fuzzles, and the one thing that makes this game really, really, really even more repetitive, I'm always very reluctant to bring... I'm always really reluctant to bring out the fuzzles in battle with me, because they die way too easily, even to some of these generic enemies. Like, unless you got Munch to back up each and every one of the fuzzles, I do not recommend bringing a shit ton of fuzzles with you.
Get 'em.
Like, right here, Munch could probably handle these 2 on his own. Uh-oh. I really don't want to lose a fuzzle now, because my Korma will go bad. I am going to try to go for a perfect run. However, if I lose 1 or 2 fuzzles, Mudokons along the way, I'm not going to beat myself up about it and, like, restart the level. Pending on that, I don't know if I'm going to restart or not. Like, if I miss 1 fuzzle in the last level or something, I'm not going to sit there and just be like, oh, well, we don't get the best ending. Because there's multiple endings depending on your Korma. Okay, where are these guys? Jesus Christ, they take so long to freaking move. Yeah, so... Now, this is a situation where I recommend you having them stay here. And this is one of the probably bigger complaints that people have against this game. Why would you bring your fuzzles to die in this room when you could repeatedly walk in here? Now, yes, I'm taking damage. I'm taking a substantial amount of damage. However... Well, when it gets to that point, I'm 1, doing a substantial amount of damage to them, and 2, I just respawn all the way back up here. Why the hell would I bring my fuzzles that when they die, it's instant death to the battle when I could just cheap it out doing this? And that's honestly the biggest complaint I've seen, and that's the biggest complaint I have with this game. There's no reason to bring your allies in the battle when they're just going to die, when you could die repeatedly and have no problems. Especially with the fuzzles who die in like 2 hits. Like, okay, see? Oh, but oh no, I just get to come back up here. No issues with that. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Oh boy, I can't wait to go play my favorite game, Munch's Oddysee, on the Nintendo Switch. Buy now. No, but for real, this game's like, it's $10 on Steam. Like, if you have a PC and a way to play it, like Steam, 100% get this game. See, look. They can't even attack me anymore. Once you take out, like, if there's 3 or less enemies, don't bring your allies into battle with Munch. They can't attack you. There's no point in having your allies just die randomly or die to a tragic cause when you literally could just have Munch take out 3 or less enemies. It's stupid. It honestly should have been fixed. Or maybe I'm just a pussy and I don't want to lose my allies. Who knows? I just know when I used to play this as a kid, I would always just storm my allies and then have the allies just get destroyed. Eh, but who cares? Really, if you don't care about the ending of the game, which you should, because without spoiling much, you do not get to play the ending of the game if you don't get a good enough Korma. So, always recommend rescuing people. Now, here's another issue I have with these fuzzles. They get stuck on doors so often. And right here, we got a board. It will tell you all the active enemies in the area, active rescue things you need, fuzzles, Mudokons, the works, and they'll also tell you how many escaped. So they generally put those at the end of the level, so you don't have to worry about finishing a level and forgetting like 3 or something. I say generally, sometimes they put them at the beginning or the ending. Let's continue on. We can do one more level. Okay.
Swim for your life, Munch. Oh, and watch out for those slugs up ahead.
One thing I'll have to get used to, so if you hear a lot of burps and farts from Munch and Abe, it's because they tie that button to the run button, which is the shittiest decision. Like, I get it, there are times where you want to walk, be sneaky, but why the hell should run be tied to a specific button? Like, push the control stick forward all the way, bam, you can run. Why? Why did they make it so you legit have to... Okay, I'm being very extra about this. Like, why'd they tie an actual verbal command to that? And heck, it's a pointless verbal command. There is no point in this game where you need the burp. I mean, it's true. There's no point in this game where your allies, you just need the burp to them. But continuing on into the brave water areas, as relatively obvious. One, I feel like the running in this game does not work that well. You'll see, like, I'm holding Y and move right now. Okay, now he's, like, sprinting like a fucking sprinter. Yeah. Now, where does this cannon take you? Just right into the water. Just another way to easily get into the water. Now, the gimmick of this level, if you couldn't tell, because there's a lot of these around, you have to collect a ton of these spoosh shrooms. Why isn't he running? I swear. It's not my controller. Like, I'll play other games, no issues. But in this game specifically, like, run just doesn't want to work. Heck, they even recently patched this game and they didn't make run work. Oh well. I've had, as I'd recommend though, get the Steam version of this game. It's $10. It's so much cheaper. It's more worth it. And from what I could tell from the Steam version, it doesn't have this running glitch I'm experiencing. But yeah, you have to get 99 spoosh rooms to actually get out of here. What's this say? I've never checked this. Oh, it's just you need spoos. Yeah. However, unlike Abe, you're actually unable to build up spoos, like from just one spot. So with Munch, you have to be a little bit more conscious. However, as we enter the fluoride tanks, this is going to be where we end off for this video, because there's still a lot more we have to do with Munch. Yes, they have a lot of tutorials with him. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good one. See you all later.